All right, gang, we're back at point slope form, day 2. So I just want to start with a little bit of review. Slope-intercept general form is y equals mx plus b, right? What do we need for this form? The slope, which again is equal to m, and we need the y-intercept, which is b. For point slope general form, that's y minus y1 is equal to the slope times x minus x1. What do we need to write this? We need a slope, which still is m. We also need a point, which in this case is x1 comma y1. That's where our point is. So one of the greatest things about point slope form is that it can easily turn into slope-intercept form. There's 2 methods to find slope-intercept form, and we're going to go over them right now. The first method we're going to look at is the one that deals with going from point slope form to slope-intercept form. So we're going to write this information for -3 and a slope of 2 into point slope form. So that would be y minus -3 is equal to slope times x minus 4. This becomes y plus 3. This is 2 times x minus 4. All right. In order to go to slope-intercept form, you need to solve for y. Okay, so in order to do that, we need to get this y by itself. The first thing that I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to distribute. So we have y plus 3 is equal to 2x minus 8. Now, if we subtract 3 from both sides, you get y by itself is equal to 2x minus 11. And there we are. That is our slope-intercept form. As soon as that y is by itself, then we are good to go. All right? If there was a negative on this y, we would need to divide everything by -1. Okay? So things like that would need to happen. So, method number 2, it says solve to find b. So what does this mean? It means that we're going to plug all of this information into our slope-intercept form, basically. So we have y equals the slope, 2, times x plus b. We know an x and a y, right? So we know that -3 is y, so we can plug -3 in for y. We can plug in 4 for x because we have that one, and we just need to solve to find b. So that's going to be -3 is equal to 8 plus b. We subtract 8 from both sides, and that leaves you with -11 is equal to b, right? Which is what we found down in this other problem. So our slope-intercept form would be y is equal to 2x minus 11, which it should be the same because notice same point, same slope as the first one. There actually is a third method of doing this, right? And it's graphing, right? Method 3 would just be graph the information I give you. Find where it crosses the y-axis, okay? I'm not going to show you an example of that, but just have that in the back of your mind. If you're ever struggling, just graph it on a graph. So the next thing says write an equation in slope-intercept form that passes through the point -5, 1 and has a slope of -1/5. So we have options, okay? We'll go from point slope to slope intercept. So point slope is y minus 1 is equal to -1/5 x minus -5. So that's y minus 1 is equal to -1/5 x plus 5. So we're going to distribute the -1/5, so we get y minus 1 is equal to -1/5 x minus 1, so 5 times -1/5 would look like this, which would be -5/5, which is -1. That's where this -1 comes from. And then the last thing you have to do is subtract 1, so you get y is equal to -1/5 x minus 2, and that would be our answer. All right? This last one says, what if you are given 2 points? Write the equation of a line in point-slope form that goes through -4, -2, and -2, 3. Then rewrite into slope-intercept form. So we first need to find the slope, because no matter what, if we're doing slope-intercept or point-slope, we have to have a slope. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So that's 3 plus 2 gives us 5. -2 plus 4 gives us 2, so 5/2 is our slope. Now let's write an equation out for that. So I'm just going to use this first point right here. So y minus negative 2 is equal to the slope, which we found to be 5/2, times x minus negative 4. Simplify a little bit, so y plus 2 is equal to 5/2 x plus 4. Now we can distribute that 5/2. So we get y plus 2 is equal to 5/2 x plus, if we just do 5/2 times 4, there's multiple ways to do this. 5 times 4 is going to give us 20 over 2, which would give us 10. All right? Or you could do 4 divided by 2, which would then be 5 times 2, which also gives us 10. So you have options. And then we just need to get y by itself, so we subtract 2. You get y is equal to 5/2 x plus 8. All right? And that is our answer. All right? As always, if you have questions, guys, please feel free to ask me. Hope you have an awesome day.